Hi guys, Joseph here. Today I'd like to talk to you about radiating your desires. I think more often than not, if we're stuck in a situation of we sometimes have that fear or scarcity or that doubt in ourselves which reinforces our present situation. Now, in order to change that, we must radiate what we want. And it's not just this wishful thinking. It's not about just visualizing it and it magically appearing. I mean truly radiating it. Because where you are right now, no matter if you want to change your health, your relationships, your career, your finances, any specific issue or any specific goal that you want, if we're focusing on our present mindset or our present situation, we're going to get stuck. We must change our thoughts and our feelings and our behaviors to that of our desire. I mean, Neville Goddard once said, assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled and act upon it with conviction. And that's what I mean by radiating it. Assume the feeling of your desires. Assume the feeling of the outcome that you would like to have. Even if you don't know what it will be like, I'm sure you know how you would like to be different. So we must radiate those thoughts and those feelings, which then feeds that to our unconscious mind to seek out those opportunities. It will look for it. Because in this present situation, we're just focusing on what we don't want, or we're focusing on where we are right now, which is fine because we sometimes have to change where we are right now. But we also must assume responsibility and take responsibility that, hey, now I need to change my present thinking and focus on radiating more into my life. Putting that energy out there, allowing the essence of you to be pushed out there in the world, because not only does that change how you communicate with yourself, but it changes how you communicate with those in your reality. It changes how you communicate with your unconscious mind to look for that opportunity. And if you believe on a bit of the other stuff out there, it will change how you communicate with the universe and everything else in your environment. Therefore, you're pushing out your desire and attracting it back into your life. So whatever you want, put yourself in a state, an emotional state of radiating your desires. I really believe by doing so, you'll notice how you'll feel different naturally. Excuse me, but also how you begin to see more opportunities into your life. We begin to manifest those opportunities. We begin to look out for them. We really allow ourselves to take responsibility, because I really believe whatever you want wants you. So if whatever you want wants you, we must match that exact same frequency. So that's what I mean by radiate it. We got to put ourselves in that mindset of, this is what I want. And I'm worthy of this. This is what I'm really worthy of, and I'm radiating it into my world. I'm going to wake up in the day and be so thankful and grateful for what I have, and radiate all the things and all the great things which are coming my way. Because when you do, you begin to expect it. You begin to look for it. It becomes a habit in your mind and body that allows you to feel better about where you're heading and what you're doing. It goes into your behaviors and your actions. So rather just focusing on where we are and your present situation, the thinking which has brought you here, we need to be able to focus on what we're putting out into the world, where we're heading and where we're going, and radiate those desires. We begin to pull that into our life, because that is the way we make changes. So if you want better health, radiate it and act upon it with conviction. If you want more money, radiate it and change your association to money. Because when you think about that for a second, usually people's association to money is it's hard to come by. It's the root of all evil. It's I'm not worthy of money. Whatever belief that we have, we radiate it. So now is our time to radiate, yes, I'm worthy of money. Yes, it will allow me to have more freedom to spend with maybe my family, or even to give it to charity. We want to be able to get ourselves in that mindset of radiating whatever we want. If you want a relationship, rather radiating all the past relationships we've had, we want to radiate all the good which is about to come into our life. And like I said, it's not wishful thinking, it's about training up your unconscious mind to look for those opportunities. you begin to attract those opportunities into your life because you're matching the frequency of your desires. So radiate it, project it out there in your world, and I am sure, very sure, you'll begin to see those opportunities happening in your world. You'll be able to look for far more, and even more than that, you'll know you're worthy of those desires too. So go ahead, take responsibility. Be aware of what thoughts you're presently radiating, and as soon as you catch yourself, because it can be hard, as soon as you catch yourself radiating your present situation, your present any negative self-talk, once you catch yourself, start to radiate into your world what you want and why you're worthy of it. It will cause many ripples in your life, and it will allow you to see far more opportunities. So I hope you enjoy that small idea really of just radiating your desires. It will become so much easier over time. It is a practice thing, allowing it to become a habit. But the key is to be conscious of what you're thinking, what you're presently radiating, and then when you catch yourself, get into the mindset, assume the feeling of having achieved it or what it'll be like having achieved it, and radiate it out in the world. It's a perfect way to achieve things in your health, your relationships, your career, your finances. I mean, speaking about health, the mind and body is completely interconnected. Your thoughts have an effect on your body. That's not just wishful thinking or woo-la-la thinking. We know that the emotion of stress has an effect on our body, and the power of our thoughts has an effect on our body. So we must radiate and send that through to our body, the changes that we want to make. I know how I feel about my body now because I was about 14 pounds, 16 pounds over or heavier than I am right now, and that was about 18 months ago. And having since got myself into radiating and making it a priority to radiate what I want, how I want my body to react in situations, changing my habits, it has allowed my body to really be, or for me to be in touch with my body and to be aware of those subtle differences to then continue to radiate that gradual improvement. And remember that, it is about that gradual improvement, these steps to build up that energy. So whatever you want, be conscious of your thinking and your feeling, and then radiate the desires, because whatever you want wants you. We just have to change our frequency to that desire and act upon it with conviction. So always know that you're worthy and good enough. This is now our time to shine, and I really look forward to speaking to you very soon. Many thanks and goodbye.